Discover the amazing secret that transformed a millionaire's daughter's life in 30 days. Anna Hawthorne had it all: designer clothes that hung in her walk-in closet like trophies, a spacious estate in Maplewood, and country club galas that sparkled with laughter and clinking champagne glasses. But deep down, beneath the glitzy surface, lay a profound emptiness. The sound of her bare feet padding across cold marble floors echoed loneliness. No amount of lavish parties ever filled the void. It was as if her world was painted in vibrant colors while her heart remained dull and gray. The loss of her beloved grandmother punched a hole in the air around her. Grandma always understood. Her kindness was a refuge against the cold expectations of wealth. As Anna cradled Grandma's old quilts, she could almost hear the sweet whisper of advice. The world felt colder, sharper without her. Grief twisted knots in her stomach and tears stung her eyes, but amidst her sorrow, a fragile idea began to unfurl. Perhaps there was something beyond the grandeur she had known. With a newfound determination, Anna stepped out of her plush bubble, her heart pounding with both excitement and fear. She pulled on a simple tee and jeans, feeling strangely rebellious. The local community center, often a forgotten corner of Maplewood, welcomed her with open arms. It hummed with laughter and chatter, filled with children bustling around, eager to soak in every story and lesson they could. That's where she met Rosa. A single mother with fierce determination and an abundance of love, juggling 3 jobs while raising her children. Every smile she shared radiated warmth, and every story exuded resilience. In Rosa's world, success wasn't measured in dollars, but in the laughter of her children and the strength of her community. Anna marveled at the way the kids saw beauty and adventure in every small moment, an endless treasure box overflowing with possibilities. But amidst the joy, a storm loomed closer. Anna's father, unaware of the changes blossoming within her, thundered through their lives like a dark cloud. His ultimatum echoed through the opulent halls of their estate. "Conform to our standards, or face financial disconnection," he warned, a heavy weight draped over Anna's shoulders. The grip of familial loyalty squeezed her heart, battling the fierce compassion that had sparked inside her. "Before we continue, I need to let you know about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, hit that bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can drop a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. As thoughts swirled, Anna's grandmother's things revealed a family secret that had long been buried. Tucked away in a dusty box, letters spoke of a time when her family actively supported struggling neighbors, lending a hand to those in need. The words ignited something fierce within her. Could she honor her grandmother's legacy while challenging her father's expectations? With the deadline looming, Anna faced a monumental choice: return to the gilded cage or step into a purpose that filled her with unexpected joy. The tension coiled tighter, urging her to make a decision that could shift her destiny forever. As her heart raced with both uncertainty and hope, she wondered if she could truly challenge everything she'd ever known. Would she dare to embrace a life defined by authenticity instead of appearances? Anna stood at the crossroads, the weight of her decisions heavy in the air. Just days remained before her father's ultimatum loomed larger than life. She could feel the chill of his disapproval pressing down on her like an unyielding stone, yet inside her, warmth was bubbling, an unfamiliar trait she was desperate to explore. The call of community work, of stepping outside her oneself for others, throbbed within her chest. Her heart raced whenever she thought of Rosa and her kids, so carefree, yet so full of grit and love. They were not just surviving, they were thriving in ways Anna had never understood. As she tapped her fingers against the rough surface of her grandmother's box, determination ignited within her. The vintage letters filled her with courage. They had been a record of purpose, of hope, and now they were a guide. "Maybe it's time to write my own story," she whispered to herself, heart fluttering like the pages of the letters. That afternoon, she found herself at the community center again. The sweet scent of fresh paint wafted through the air as volunteers spruced up the mural on the main wall, a vibrant cascade of colors that encapsulated the joy of the neighborhood. Children giggled as they danced around, splattering paint with carefree abandon. Anna stepped closer, her fingers itching to join their washy chaos, yet her doubts held her back. "Hey, Anna," Rosa called, her voice slicing through the doubt. "Want to help us with the mural?" Anna felt the flush of warmth fill her cheeks. This wasn't a sophisticated ballroom, but something within her whispered that this was where she belonged. Taking a deep breath, she made her way over, ignoring the voice of her upbringing that told her to keep her distance from messy work. The paint felt sticky and cold beneath her fingers, and as she dipped the brush in vibrant hues, she poured her emotions into every stroke. Each splash of color sparkled with hope, regret, and an understanding that she could shape her destiny, panel by panel. After hours of painting, Anna stood back to survey their collective work, a surreal, breathtaking landscape that could only exist through imagination and collaboration. Laughter echoed around her, and she felt the unmistakable warmth of belonging. It was intoxicating, yet, as the sun dipped below the horizon, shadows stretched long on her heart. The reality of her father's ultimatum loomed like dark clouds on the edge of a beautiful sunset. What would he say if he saw her now? As she painted colors upon the wall, the picture of her rich life flashed unbidden in her mind, a world filled with excess but no meaning. She envisioned the conversations around their dinner table, always about stocks and portfolios, never about laughter, never about love. That night, sleepless and restless, Anna pondered her future while peering through her bedroom window. The glossy facade of their mansion felt like a spectral fortress behind her. She understood now that the wealth that surrounded her was not her measuring stick for happiness. In that moment, the flicker of doubt crystallized into a definitive choice. Would she step into the world of authenticity, where she could foster connections that mattered? Would she choose compassion over conformity? What sacrifices might she need to make? As morning light filtered through her curtains, Anna's heart surged. She resolved to speak to her father, to unveil her aspirations, the desire to embrace a life of substance instead of superficiality. It wouldn't be easy, and she braced herself for the tempest that might come, but there was one thing she knew. No matter the outcome of their conversation, she would honor her grandmother's legacy. She would be a voice for the vulnerable, painting a new narrative for her world. It was time to confront the clouds of expectation that hovered so closely. With that thought, she stepped into a new day, wondering if she had the strength to truly challenge the system she had been raised in and what that would mean for her future. Would she find the courage to stand firm against her father's looming presence and embrace the vibrant life waiting for her? The morning air was crisp, tinged with the promise of change. Anna breathed deeply, filling her lungs with the freshness of new possibility. As she got ready, each brush of her toothbrush felt like a small victory. Today would be the day she confronted her father. The thoughts swirled in her mind like the steam rising from her coffee. Would he understand? Could he even try? Before heading out, she paused at the portrait of her grandmother hung prominently in the hallway. A gentle smile graced the older woman's face, wisdom evident in her eyes. Anna could almost hear her voice intertwining with the whispers of courage from the letters. "Stand tall, my dear," they seemed to say. That would guide her today. The mansion felt colder than usual as she crossed the threshold, a chilling echo of expectations greeting her. Each step carried the weight of her resolve while a swarm of butterflies fluttered in her stomach. She navigated the polished floors, their sheen reflecting the carefully curated world of wealth her father had built, a world she was beginning to see through a different lens. She finally found him in the expansive office adorned with dark wood and heavy draperies. He sat at his mahogany desk, endlessly toggling between documents like a conductor in an unyielding orchestra. The moment he looked up, she braced herself, steeling her heart against the incoming storm. "Anna," he began in that authoritative tone that could freeze blood. "I trust you're ready to discuss your future?" "I am," she replied, her voice steady despite the tremors beneath. "But not in the way you expect." Then out with it, he leaned back, intrigue flickering in his eyes but lined with skepticism. You can't just dash off to find some whimsical purpose. This is about your career. Anna took a deep breath. Dad, I've been volunteering at the community center. I've painted a mural with kids who wear their stories on their sleeves. They need hope, and I can give them that. This is where I want to be. I want to make a difference. Silence wrapped around them like thick fog. His expression shifted from surprise to disappointment. You think painting a wall is going to change anything? This is naive, Anna. You're meant to follow the family legacy, to take over the business. There's real power and stability in that. But is it what I want? She shot back, her voice rising. Is it what makes me happy? I want to help people, to forge real connections. I want to leave a mark that isn't just about money, but about heart and community. Heart? He scoffed, disbelief dancing in his eyes. You think you can thrive in a world where emotions matter? For a moment, time stretched. Anger, sadness, and frustration flooded her system. This man before her, the one who had worshipped success above all, would never understand the richness of purpose behind her dreams. Yes, I do, she said, shaking back tears. And I want your support. I believe in something bigger than myself. His expression darkened, stone-cold and unyielding. I cannot support this nonsense, Anna. It is beneath you. With those words, a finality laced their conversation with an invisible but unmistakable barrier. Anna's heart sank, yet with that sting came a clarity. She would not be swayed by disappointment. This was just the beginning, and the world awaited her voice. As she turned to leave, she felt the heaviness of his gaze, but also the bolstering weight of her own decision. The path ahead would be daunting, but perhaps, just perhaps, it wasn't the path that mattered, rather, it was the heart she put into forging it. Stepping onto the street outside, a spark ignited within her. Today was a challenge, but it was also liberation. As she walked away from the mansion, her determination glowed brighter than the sun peeking shyly behind the clouds. Would she find allies in her new world? Could she face all the naysayers and rise despite their skepticism? The answers beckoned as she ventured forward, ready to rewrite her story once and for all. The street outside the mansion was alive with the sounds of the city waking up. Blinking sunlight filtered through the trees, and the scent of fresh pastries wafted from a nearby cafe. Anna felt a strange mix of exhilaration and fear as she walked, each step taking her further away from the weight of her father's expectations. It was liberating, yet terrifying. She paused for a moment, scanning her surroundings. The community center wasn't far, and it was where she felt drawn to be. As she approached, a group of children burst out the front door, laughter spilling like a warm hug into the crisp air. Their faces were bright, eyes alive with possibility, and for a second, Anna allowed herself to forget her father's harsh words. Here, among the laughter and the stories yet to be written, lay her purpose. Walking through the center's door felt like stepping into a different universe. The walls were adorned with colorful artwork, each piece a story, each brushstroke a piece of someone's heart laid bare. Anna smiled at familiar faces as she made her way to the activity room. Painting with the kids was where her spirit soared, where she felt the tangle of colors embleming their shared hopes and dreams. Anna! You're here! Shouted Mia, a spirited girl with curly hair and a big smile. The joy in her voice was infectious. We were waiting for you. Got to get started, right? Anna replied, matching Mia's enthusiasm. Together, they gathered supplies, and soon they were deep into painting, with laughter and chatter filling the air. They worked. Anna felt the tension easing from her shoulders. This was it. This was her world. The colors splashed across the canvas became a tapestry of lives intertwined, stories told without words. It was about more than just art, it was about connection, hope, and impact, things her father could never seem to grasp. Look at this! Mia exclaimed, holding up a bright red sun they had painted together. It's going to shine so bright. Yes, it will. Anna affirmed, her heart swelling. But then a shadow crept in as doubt flickered at the edges of her mind. Would this be enough? Would her father's belief in her ever shift? Suddenly, the sound of the door opening broke into her thoughts. Todd, the community center director, stepped inside. His expression immediately gave Anna pause. It was serious, almost urgent. "Anna, can you come with me for a moment?" he asked, glancing at the kids lost in their joyful creation. Her stomach twisted, concern washing over her. "Is something wrong?" "Just a quick chat. Nothing to worry about." His reassuring smile didn't quite reach his eyes. Anna followed him down the hallway, anxiety bubbling beneath her skin. What now? Had someone complained about her work? As they entered a small room, Todd gestured for her to sit. "I don't want to alarm you, but we've had some unexpected news regarding a grant application we sent in for the mural project." He rested his hands on the table, his tone serious. "It looks like we may be getting more funding than we anticipated. A lot more. It could really expand our program." The room seemed to spin for a second. More funding? That could mean more kids, more art classes, more stories to tell. It felt like a lifeline thrown at just the right moment. "What does that mean for us?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper, hope building in her chest. "Well," Todd continued, "I need someone to help lead the program. Someone with vision. I think you'd be perfect for it." Her heart raced. Could it really be? Before she could respond, a sudden thought crossed her mind. If she took on this new role, it would mean more responsibility, more chance to shine, but also more exposure to criticism, especially from her father. The weight of her decision hung there, palpable and uncertain, but then she thought of the mural, the kids, the laughter, and the raw potential waiting to burst forth. "I'm in," she said finally, a firm determination settling in. "Let us do this." As she walked back outside, the sun blazed in the sky, illuminating the path before her. Would her father care enough to notice the change she was igniting in her own life? What other surprises awaited her as she stepped deeper into her role and further away from her old life? Each heartbeat carried the thrill of what could be. The moment Anna stepped back into the bright, bustling center, her mind raced with a million thoughts. The laughter of children mingled with the vibrant colors surrounding her, yet the weight of Todd's offer hung heavy in the air. She could feel the pulse of possibility, but the nagging tug of doubt still whispered in her ear. "Anna." Mia rushed over, paint in hand. "We should paint the mural right now. Can we?" Her eyes sparkled with excitement, completely unaware of the storm brewing in Anna's heart. "Absolutely," Anna replied, forcing a smile. She turned to the other kids, who were eagerly waiting for her. "Let's make it the best mural ever." As they gathered around their canvas, the children beamed with enthusiasm. Their energy was contagious, and for the first time since Todd's conversation, Anna felt the fear start to retreat, replaced by a flicker of courage. "Okay, how about we represent our dreams?" Anna suggested, pointing to the blank canvas. The kids nodded vigorously. "What do you want to see up there?" "I want a rainbow," shouted a little boy named Liam, his hands flapping with fervor. "And a spaceship," added Mia passionately. "Let us put a dragon." Another child chimed in. Anna chuckled at the beautiful chaos unfolding before her. Each child's idea was a piece of their imagination, a glimpse into their world. They dipped their brushes into bright paints, colors splattering on the canvas and their clothes, transforming the room into an explosion of creativity. As she watched them painting and laughing, Anna's heart swelled with a mixture of joy and resolve. This was her place, where she truly belonged. Yet still, the looming thought of her father's disapproval gnawed at her. If she embraced this role, would she lose him forever? Moments passed, and as the mural began to take shape, Anna found herself lost in the exhilaration of creation. Colors danced on the canvas, a dragon breathing fire next to a rainbow stretching over a peaceful meadow. With every brushstroke, they breathed life into their dreams, creating a tapestry of hope right there in the community center. Later that afternoon, as the children washed up and prepared to leave, Todd re-entered the room. Anna felt her pulse quicken. He looked different, proud, almost. "I just wanted to say you did a magnificent job today," he said. "You have this way of sparking creativity in the kids." "Thanks, Todd. They inspire me just as much. I hope you understand what this opportunity could mean for everyone involved," he continued, a seriousness creeping into his voice. "We can truly transform lives, Anna." She nodded, but in the pit of her stomach, doubt twisted again. Could she handle the magnitude of this responsibility? What if she failed? What if her father found out and shattered this newfound joy? Exiting the center later, she caught sight of the sprawling sky, streaked with pink and orange as the sun began its descent. Everything felt so vibrant, yet something inside her felt muted, worried about more than just her father's opinion. The future suddenly felt like a fork in the road, one path leading back to expectations and disappointment, the other to hope and belief in herself. As she walked home, those questions surged in her mind, crashing against the walls she had built around her dreams. Would she take the plunge into this new role? Could she step wholeheartedly into a world that might require sacrifices she wasn't ready to make? Taking a deep breath, Anna whispered to herself, "I want this. I need to try." And just as she turned the corner, she spotted an envelope fluttering against the sidewalk. Her heart skipped. Was it another sign? On impulse, she picked it up and opened it. Inside was a ticket, an invitation to an art exhibition featuring local artists. But as she read the details, it dawned on her who might be behind the gesture. What if this was a way for her father to reach out? Could it be his attempt to finally understand her passion? Anna stood frozen, torn between hope and apprehension. Would she dare to find out? Anna held the ticket in her trembling hands, the thin paper feeling like the weight of the world. What if this was a chance for her father to bridge the gulf between their lives? The flicker of hope illuminated her apprehension. Would he really want to see her art? Did he want to understand who she truly was? The invitation fluttered in the evening breeze, almost teasing her. It felt fragile, but the promise of connection felt monumental. Her heart thudded rhythmically against her chest, caught in a sweet tension that was both exhilarating and terrifying. With a gentle shake of her head, she forced herself to focus. "One step at a time," she whispered, tucking the invitation into her pocket. Anna continued her walk home, the surroundings familiar yet somehow changed. The houses looked a little brighter, the trees a bit taller. The weight of doubt pressed against her, but it no longer felt suffocating. When she reached her front porch, the smell of dinner wafted through the air. Walking inside, she found her mother cooking, the rhythmic clinking of pots and pans melding with the distant chatter of the television in the living room. "Hey, sweetie. How was your day?" her mom asked, glancing over her shoulder with a smile that radiated warmth. "It was good, really good," Anna replied, the enthusiasm bubbling within her. But she hesitated, thoughts of the exhibition swirling. Should she share her ticket? Would it go well, or would it send her father spiraling into disappointment? "Just good?" her mom said, teasingly raising an eyebrow. "You sound like something amazing happened. Spill it." Anna laughed lightly, the tension easing a bit. "We painted a mural at the center today, and it was so much fun. The kids were incredible." Her smile widened as she thought of the laughter and joy shared. "We painted dragons and rainbows, all their dreams." "Wow. That sounds wonderful, Anna." her mom responded, her blue eyes sparkling. "I must see it." An idea sparked in Anna's mind, but fear crept back in. If she told her mom about the exhibition, would it lead to questions about her father? "Maybe, soon," she said instead, not wanting the moment to change. "Everything all right?" her mother asked, sensing the shift in Anna's tone. You know you can talk to me about anything, right? Yeah, I know, Anna replied, appreciating her mother's concern. But she wasn't ready to let it all spill out. Not yet. After dinner, she retreated to her room, the walls adorned with sketches and paintings that felt like pieces of her heart. Sitting at her desk, she pulled out the ticket again, running her fingers over the words. The art exhibition was in just a few days. What would it mean to walk into that space as both an artist and a daughter seeking her father's understanding? With a deep breath, Anna opened her sketchbook. Inspired by the day's events, she began to fill the pages with new ideas, colorful, vivid concepts for her own artwork. As she sketched, the fear slowly morphed into determination. The sound of the door creaking interrupted her focus. It was her mother again, this time leaning against the doorframe. "Can I come in?" she asked gently. "Of course." Anna smiled, tucking the ticket away. "What's on your mind?" Anna hesitated, the urge to reveal everything hurtling through her thoughts. Instead, she said, "Just thinking about the future and the exhibition." Her mother's face lit up. "You've got to go. It's a chance for you to show the world what you can do. And who knows? Maybe your dad will surprise you." The idea bubbled in Anna's chest. "Do you really think he might come?" "Absolutely. He wants to understand you, I believe that." As Anna met her mother's encouraging gaze, a new wave of hope washed over her. Could this be a defining moment for them? Would it swing open the door to rebuilding their relationship? As they talked, Anna felt the weight lifting. With every word, she felt a little more like herself, a little closer to the life she envisioned. But still, a voice lingered in her mind. What if her father didn't come? What if he didn't even care? The uncertainty lingered. Like a shadow as she prepared to face both her past and her future at the exhibition. With nerves swirling within her, Anna found herself readying for the journey ahead, a journey toward finding hope, acceptance, and the power of her own voice. And just as she began to feel excited, a thought struck her: if she could reflect her dreams on canvas, could she also reflect her truth in that exhibition? With that thought, the question hung in the air, a silent promise waiting to unfold. Would she step into that gallery and reveal her heart? Anna awoke with the sun streaming through her window, warming her face like a gentle hug. The day of the exhibition had arrived. Excitement battled with anxiety in her chest, and she felt a flutter as she recalled the weighty ticket still tucked inside her pocket. This was the moment she had been both longing for and dreading. After a rushed breakfast, Anna stood before the mirror, taking in her reflection. She tucked a stray hair behind her ear, her fingers tracing the outline of her favorite necklace, a small charcoal pendant shaped like a heart, a reminder of her art and her dreams. Today, she wanted to wear her passion, not just a facade. "Be confident," she whispered to herself. "You've worked hard for this." As she made her way to the gallery, every step felt monumental. The streets around her buzzed with life. People were hurrying about. She walked past couples holding hands, children laughing, and street performers drawing small crowds. But inside Anna, it was as if time had slowed down. The world felt alive yet distant, filled with color yet muted in her focus. When she finally arrived, the gallery stood like a beacon of hope. Its windows gleamed with the day's brightness, and colorful flags flapped gently in the breeze. Anna took a deep breath, her heart pounding as she pushed open the heavy door. The first sight of the artwork struck her. Frames hung proudly, each piece telling a story, bursting with life and meaning. She took a moment to soak it all in, the vibrant strokes of paint, the textures that seemed to leap off the canvas. Her eyes roamed over the artwork until they landed on her own pieces displayed at the far end. Each one a reflection of her heart, her journey. Just then, a familiar voice cut through her thoughts. "Anna." She turned, and there stood her mother, a proud smile stretching across her face. "You did it. Look how beautiful everything is." Anna felt a rush of warmth. "Thanks, Mom. I can't believe it all came together." They wandered through the exhibit together, her mother commenting on each piece, her enthusiasm lifting Anna's spirit higher. When they reached Anna's corner, the smile on her mother's face widened. "These are incredible. You really captured their dreams, honey." "Thanks," Anna said, her voice barely above a whisper. Excitement bubbled within her, but the ever-present shadow of doubt loomed. Would her dad show up? Moments later, Anna glanced up to see the door swing open. Her breath hitched as a crowd of people shuffled in, but her heart sank when none of the faces looked familiar. She tried to shake off the disappointment, distracting herself by talking about her pieces, explaining the stories behind them. As time passed, the gallery filled up. Twinkling lights bounced off the walls, creating warm shadows amidst the laughter and chatter. Anna felt immersed in a sea of creativity. Yet, every time the door opened, her hopeful gaze would shift, scanning for the one face she yearned to see. Just when she thought time might stand still, an unexpected voice called out from behind her. "Wow, this one, it's incredible." Anna turned, her heart skipping a beat. There he was. Her father, standing awkwardly at the entrance, looking uncertain yet hopeful. The air thickened as they locked eyes. For a split second, the world around them faded away. What if he's here to understand? Anna thought, her breath catching in her throat. Would this moment lead to the connection she desired, or would it slip away? Anna's heart raced with anticipation and fear. This was the turning point she had been waiting for. As he stepped further into the gallery, Anna felt something shift in her chest. She took a step forward, each breath demanding courage, ready to face the truth of their relationship, not just with her art, but with her heart. The question echoed in her mind, heavy yet exhilarating. Would she finally find the courage to speak her truth? Anna's heart thundered in her chest as she approached her father. Each step felt like a leap into the unknown, emotions swirling within her like a restless sea. Would he see her? Really see her? He stood there, taking in the colors and forms dancing across her canvases, a mix of apprehension and admiration on his face. The whole gallery seemed to hush, the laughter and chatter fading as she stepped closer. When he finally turned to look at her, his eyes held a spark she hadn't seen in years. "Dad," her voice wavered, catching in her throat. He nodded slowly, almost as if he were trying to absorb the moment. "Anna, your work, it's beautiful." His words washed over her, a balm soothing the years of silence and distance. "Thank you. That means a lot." He gestured to her paintings, the stories woven into each piece seeming more alive in his presence. "You've really captured something special here," he said, his voice softening. "Each one is about someone I met," Anna explained, enthusiasm bubbling to the surface as she pointed to the first canvas. "This was inspired by a woman in the park who told me about her dreams. I wanted to honor that." For a moment, he simply watched her, as if seeing his daughter for the first time. "I see your passion." Her heart soared, but a part of her hesitated. Would this be enough to bridge the gap between them? "I didn't think you would come." "I almost didn't," he admitted, the weight of his confession settling between them. "I've missed so much. I've been." He paused, struggling for words. "I just didn't know how to." Anna took a deep breath, sensing a flicker of hope ignite. "I've always wanted to share this with you, Dad. To show you who I am. It's not just about the art. It's everything I feel." He swallowed hard, eyes glistening. "I want to understand." Before he could finish, a small group of gallery-goers drew near, eager to chatter about the art. The moment fractured, the connection drifting just out of reach. Anna's heart sank as his attention shifted. She stepped back, letting the crowd envelop her father while her own emotions swelled within, a whirlwind of hope and frustration. Was this it? Would they be interrupted before they could bridge this gap? The crowd spilled out words about how her work resonated, drawing her momentarily away from her father. But she kept glancing at him, hoping he wouldn't slip away. Her mother joined her, beaming. Did you see how he's looking at your art? He's proud of you. I know, Mom, but just then, Anna caught her father's gaze again. He was motioning her over, his expression earnest. She felt her pulse quicken anew, anticipation tingling in her fingers. Anna, he began, his voice just above the crowd noise. Can we talk alone? Her breath caught again, a mixture of nervousness and excitement flooding every inch of her. This was the moment she had longed for, yet dreaded. Would this conversation finally heal their fractured relationship, or would it reveal wounds too deep to bridge? She nodded, the air thick with possibilities. As they moved toward a quieter corner of the gallery, she felt the weight of her heart in her throat. What truths awaited them in the quiet of their conversation? Would she finally uncover the secrets that had kept them apart for so long? When they reached the secluded corner of the gallery, the noise faded into a muffled hum. Anna felt the familiar ache of anxiety creep up inside her. She could see her father's hands shake slightly as he wiped them on his pants, a nervous habit that felt so familiar yet distant. Anna, his voice was tentative, like he was testing the waters before diving deep. I've never really understood your art. I mean, I never wanted to. It felt too far from me, too different. His gaze dropped to the floor, and Anna felt that same weight settle over her, pulling on her heartstrings. Different? Or just new? She asked softly. The question hung between them, a fragile thread, and she hoped it would help draw him closer. He looked back at her, surprise flickering in his eyes. I guess I've always been afraid of what I couldn't grasp. Fear can be paralyzing, Anna said, her voice steady. It's been paralyzing for me too. But art is my way of breaking free. It's how I connect with the world, with people like you. He nodded, his brow knitting together. I want to try, I want to understand. But I also fear I've disappointed you for so long. The only disappointment I've felt is not having you here, Anna replied, feeling the heaviness lift a little. We've both been lost, Dad. We can't change the past, but we can try to find our way back to each other now. He took a deep breath, his shoulders relaxing as if someone had eased the burden he had been carrying alone for years. Anna could see a flicker of hope behind his eyes, and it made her heart leap. Was this the moment they could finally start anew? I want to know about the people who inspired you, he said, suddenly animated. Tell me about the woman in the park. What was her name? Anna beamed, the enthusiasm taking hold of her. Her name was Clara. She was a poet, which was clear from how vividly she described her dreams. She lived for her words. As she spoke, she watched him closely. His face transformed from apprehension to fascination. He hung on every word, nodding and asking questions, as if the barriers between them were beginning to crumble. It was astonishing to see him engage, alive with curiosity. Then he hesitated, cheeks flushing slightly. Can we meet her? I want to see the world through your eyes. Her breath caught in her throat. You mean you want to meet the people who inspire me? Yes. If you think it could help me understand you better, then I'm ready to learn. It was a bold step, and she nodded, excitement bubbling inside her. I'd love that. Each of their stories has changed me. As they talked, time slipped away. Moments flowed like colors on her canvases, everything she had dreamed for years finally coming to life in vibrant strokes right before her eyes. Yet deep down, Anna felt a shiver of doubt. Would her father be able to handle what lay ahead? Would the reality of her world be too overwhelming? Thank you for this, he said, his voice filled with sincerity. I want to do better for you, Anna. I believe we can find a way back to each other. She smiled at him, warmth spreading through her chest, but behind that joy was a flickering uncertainty. Would their journey truly bridge this gap, or was it just a fleeting moment unraveling old wounds? Let us take this one step at a time, she suggested, her heart racing. Her father nodded, but as he opened his mouth to respond, a sudden disturbance in the gallery caught their attention. They both turned to see a figure standing near Anna's most expressive painting, visibly moved. Was it an old friend of her father's? Or someone connected to her art in a way she hadn't anticipated? Anna's gaze darted back to her father. Would this unexpected visitor change everything? As anticipation hung thick in the air, Anna's father turned to her, confusion flickering across his expression. "Who is that?" he asked, eyes narrowing on the distant figure. "I have no idea," Anna replied, her heart racing at the unexpected drama unfolding in front of her. As they moved closer, the figure became clearer, a middle-aged woman, her face decorated with tears streaming down her cheeks, a mixture of joy and pain radiating from her. "Excuse me, are you Anna Hawthorne?" she asked, her voice breaking slightly as she wiped her cheeks with a trembling hand. "Yes, that's me," Anna said, unsure of what to expect. The woman stepped back slightly, gazing at the painting behind her. I don't know if you remember me. I used to live down the street from your grandmother." Anna's pulse quickened. "Clara," she gasped, recalling the poetic woman who had shared her dreams with Anna in the park. Clara's smile broke into a wide beam, and the familiarity sparked a rush of warmth in Anna's heart. "I would come to see her often," Clara continued, her voice filling with the nostalgia of past visits. "Your grandmother believed in me when no one else did. She saw hope in my words and life in my dreams. She encouraged me to write." Anna's eyes widened, and she quickly glanced at her father. He appeared just as stunned, listening intently to Clara's heartfelt story. "When I heard she passed, I was devastated. I wanted to tell her about my first book, my success, but I never had the chance." Anna could feel tears prickling at the corners of her eyes. I loved her very much." Clara's voice quivered. "When I saw this painting I recognized it immediately. It's so full of life." She pointed at the vibrant hues that told the tale of hope and courage, colors echoing the warmth Anna had felt while painting. "It reminded me of the light she brought into my life." Every word hit Anna like a soothing balm. Her father shifted closer, a mix of surprise and emotion flickering across his features as Clara continued. "Your grandmother told me often about you and your dreams, Anna. She knew you were destined for greatness." A soft gasp escaped Anna's lips. She had never imagined her grandmother had shared her ambitions with anyone outside their family. "Your journey is just beginning," Clara encouraged, her eyes shimmering with admiration. "Carry her spirit with you, just as I have." For a moment, Anna's father stayed silent, digesting this very raw connection. The layers of their conversation began to unfurl, and for the first time, she sensed something shift. The heavy baggage of disappointment and expectation slowly garnished with understanding. "Anna," her father began, voice shaky, "I had no idea." Clara nodded, her warmth wrapping around them like a quilt. "She believed in you through and through." In that moment, Anna felt a spark igniting inside her. This was it. The connection and empathy that had been missing for so long was suddenly emerging. "Dad," she whispered, glancing towards Clara. "This is what I want, to be part of something bigger, to live a life where I can empower others, as Grandma did." Her father took a deep breath, emotion tangling in his chest. "I've been so focused on prestige, on success, that I forgot what truly matters: family, community, legacy." The truth in his voice was undeniable. "I want to understand what you do because I see how much it means to you." Clara's presence felt like a bridge they hadn't seen before, one that spanned the gap between their hearts aching for connection. "I really do want to try," he added, sincerity spilling over. "To support you, Anna." Anna's heart raced, the new possibility feeling like an astonishing gift. Together, they could build a relationship centered around understanding and mutual respect. "Let us get to know these people that inspire me," she said eagerly. "Count me in," he smiled, a look of genuine excitement glimmering in his eyes. Just then, a small crowd began to approach, drawn by Clara's story. The energy in the room shifted, excitement creeping back in as the community members re-engaged, and for the first time in a long time, Anna felt buoyed by the embrace of her friends and family. "Can we do this together?" her father asked, glancing around at the life her art brought into existence. "Absolutely," Anna said, her eyes shining. As the moment expanded, Anna realized something powerful. This was the beginning, a new chapter woven with the threads of love, understanding, and hope, rooted in the legacy of her grandmother. She took her father's hand, feeling a warmth spread between them, solidifying their newfound bond. "I think this is just the beginning of a beautiful story," she said, her heart soaring as they stepped back into the thrumming energy of the gallery, ready to embrace a future not dictated by expectations, but by authenticity and shared dreams. Their eyes gleamed, and as Anna looked around at her art glimmering under the soft lights, she felt that she had truly transformed. She was no longer the millionaire's daughter lost in the shadows of her father's ambition. She was Anna Hawthorne, an artist forging connections and shining light into the lives of many. "Dad, I can't wait to share more with you," Anna beamed. "Neither can I," he responded, his eyes reflecting the glow of promise. And in that moment, surrounded by laughter and community, Anna knew she had finally unlocked the most beautiful, colorful canvas waiting to be painted: her new life. Now, as our story comes to a close, I want you to take action. Subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive stories. This is the moment to show your support for amazing transformations like Anna's. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm and keep these incredible tales alive. Comment below with your reactions and feelings about the ending. Your thoughts matter. Share instantly this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this transformation. Don't wait not even one more second to share. Join the family of true fans who understand the importance of supporting this channel through these actions. Your engagement makes all the difference. Let's create more inspiring stories together.